what's up, y'all? It is Kim with workhardtravelwell.com. Today I'm coming to you about an article I recently wrote called Go Home Tourist. It is about overtourism. It came about when I reposted a link to my Iceland article, and I've been to Iceland once. My Iceland article that I wrote a few years ago, but I refreshed it and added some more up-to-date information. I posted it on the Work Hard Travel Well Facebook page. You know, little sidebar, if you're not following Work Hard Travel Well on Facebook, go ahead and do facebook.com/workhardtravelwell. Thanks. And so I reposted that article and just said, you know, have you been to Iceland? Do you want to go to Iceland? And travel blogger comes on, writes in the comments. She writes on my page, and let me make sure I read it so that I don't misquote. I think people need to seriously consider going to Iceland. It's suffering for overtourism, and the island is being trashed and overwhelmed by the sheer number of people. I wouldn't promote tourism there. Okay, then a little too deep for an article about Iceland that literally just posted on my blog. And I said, yes, people are traveling more and more, and the same can be said about other destinations. Her response, it's true, but that doesn't mean as bloggers we need to add to the problem by promoting going there. There are plenty of other beautiful places in the world that aren't struggling from our overtourism that could use our boost. At that point, I just simply blocked ignore because, first of all, you're on my blog's Facebook page telling me what I need to be writing about. No, it doesn't work that way. So what is overtourism, you might wonder? Overtourism is not even a word that's in the dictionary. It is basically a term that comes about when a destination gets so crowded that it affects the local people of the area as well as the physical and ecosystem of that destination. So there are a lot of places like that that suffer from overtourism. And it's not new to me. I have been places, my first time I've noticed this, I was in Naples, Italy, and I'd already heard, you know, some things about Naples, kind of just watch your back. And walking around in Naples, I saw graffiti on the wall that said, F tourist, refugees welcome. That was in 2016. So not new to this. I understand the effects. But at the same token, that does, I mean, if I were to not write about places that are suffering from overtourism, there would not be that much to write about. I mean, yes, you can write about hidden gems or off the beaten path, but the more people start to write about that, that place is going to become overcrowded. So it's a catch-22. You either, you know, write about some of these places, or you just go and not tell the world about it through your blog. Some of the other places that I've been where I've noticed that this is, you know, tourism is something that is not that welcomed. Barcelona, for one, we're not that friendly to tourists, and they're just tired. I know in Paris at the Louvre Museum, they recently went on strike. The workers went on strike because it's so crowded. They're seeing so many tourists come through, but they're not getting any raises. I visited Thailand in 2015, and I went to Phuket. And from Phuket, I did a tour around the different islands. I went to Maya Bay, and it's most popular for Leo DiCaprio's movie, The Beach. Never seen that movie until I got back from Thailand and said, oh, let me finally watch this. Anyway, so I saw, since then, it has been so crowded and people have been destroying Maya Bay that they've closed it indefinitely. So, once again, it's kind of like if you went from this year to this year, you're good. After that, there's so many people that they've gone through. But again, at what point does the tour companies, local tour companies, the destinations put in some type of, hey, we can only do this, you know, hey, you're going to be fined if you're trashing this place. If a tour company was fined after they left the island and that place was trashed, Do you think they'd be, more inclined to spend some time to either pick up behind themselves or do something with, tell the people that are on the tour if XYZ happens, blah, blah, blah. So again, you can't really say it's the travel bloggers or the travel creators. It has to be some type of balance between that. For me, I did not get my passport to my late 20s. I'm not even mid 30s yet. So to tell me that I don't need to go to these destinations or write about these destinations, it's kind of like, so what am I supposed to do? Everybody's at different spectrums of the responsible travel in their life. I think that it's up to the location to implement some type of tourist cap. I know Iceland was looking at that at one point. I still have a lot of the world I want to see. And yeah, I can go to these off-beaten paths, but at some point I'm going to want to go to these destinations that I've been wanting to get to. And I don't think that over-tourism is going to stop me from going. I live in an overcrowded city myself, and people are still moving to Atlanta. It's ridiculous. It takes me almost an hour to get 7 miles within the city. You always hear people from Atlanta saying we're full. We are, but people still keep moving here. So I definitely understand how over-tourism can affect the locals. There's just something that needs to be done more so from the destination side. They need to figure out, is it implementing a tourist cap? What is it that they can do to have that healthy balance? Because that tourism is what brings jobs, what brings money to the city. And if they truly don't need it, then okay. But at some point, it's gonna come to, you gotta find that balance. When I talk to people who don't even, have a travel blog, have any type of travel content, they've not heard of over-tourism and they don't think of it. I posted my article in a travel bloggers group, and it was a mixed response. It was that we as travel bloggers are destroying places by promoting there. So I'm just like, I don't know, because is it, if you travel blogged from 2010 to 2014, you're good. Anybody after that shouldn't be promoting these places because there's only so much content you can put out of places. Well, okay, so now we're talking about limiting bloggers, limiting the amount of travel bloggers. The culprit that I blame are the airlines that are posting these ridiculous sales every day to get you to these places. A lot of people are chasing the deal. They see that deal and they're going. So it's no coincidence. People think, oh, it's a flight glitch. Most of the times they're aware of that and they put it, it happens for a quick, half a day, certain days, because they're trying to fill up those flights. Sometimes it's during off-peak season. Like I can remember there were a bunch of flights that went on sale a few years ago to some destinations, and it wasn't during your ideal time. I see a lot of flight glitches to like Europe, and it's during December. Yeah, you might want to go for Christmas, but I'm not trying to go over there and freeze. So I blame the tourism industry for the way that they're trying to make that money, getting those flight deals, getting those sales out so that they can continue to get people in the seats, people in the bed. So it's a very split line. You have some people that are, hey, it's on the destinations to do something, and some people that are still, they've never been to these places, so they want to go. Someone said that we have to do research, be responsible, and yeah, that's true. I do research in terms of what's going on in this country, what not to do, things that just being aware of the customs so that you're not going there and ending up in jail or disrespecting the country and their traditions. Just be aware of over-tourism, how it impacts your trip, how it impacts the locals that are in the destination that you're visiting. For now, I'm going to continue to travel and post travel tips. It's not me saying you have to go there, you have to go there. I'm talking about what I did there, you know, what was it like, things like that, because there's still a vast majority, you know, as a travel blogger, you kind of think, oh, you know, Iceland, been there, done that, stuff like that. But there's still a lot of people who have not been able to see these destinations. And who are we to say, like, nope, don't go there, suffers from overtourism? I'm leaving it up to you to decide whether you want to go to the destination. You should always be aware of what's going on in the location. What are some destinations that you think suffer from overtourism? What do you think is a good solution? I want to know. Drop a comment and let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like this video. Be sure to either subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram TV, and check out workhardtravelwell.com. Thanks.